Hey, this is the same day as the Great Spaghetti Incident, and I've got another project that I had to go get some stuff for. Come on, I'll show you.
I think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something. Hey, I think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something.
Okay, so obviously I'm here at the storage unit. I don't know if this transmitter's transmitting or if I turned it on. I guess it is. It looks like it is. Sorry about all the jerking the thing around. It's hard to tell in the sunlight or overcast. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's picking stuff up. So, obviously, by the fact that I walked into my storage unit, I've got to do some reconfiguring, and this mess needs to be brought out here so that I can hook that up to that. And I've got a deal I've been thinking about for a while that I'm going to see if I can't do now. And it involves spare tire carriers from Harbor Freight. So when I get all this stuff yarded out of the way, I'll pick you back up. Okay, so we have the trailer hooked up. We have the tires that actually came with that trailer when it was configured bone stock, which it obviously is no longer. 2 tires, 2 spare tire carriers. The plan is to mount those 2 spare tire carriers back to back with the tires on them so that the kayak will ride and rest in between them on the tires themselves. This homemade, I'll come over here. Oh, all the stuff I had to move out of the way to just get to the kayak. Crazy. So what that is a bent and mangled post for a dual monitor setup that I then padded and taped, and the tape is coming loose and it just looks like crap. So I'm thinking by putting dual spare tires either up front or just where that one is or just behind it, it'll help. I can get rid of that and it'll support the nose of the kayak. So that is the plan. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so it's all shut down and locked up. One of the things that I would like to caution people on when they come to their storage unit after obviously a lot of rain is I always am finding screws and nuts and bolts and nails and just all kinds of crap. There's one around here somewhere I saw, right here, like that one right there. That one will rip a hole in a tire big as hell. And they're all over the place. Here's one. Here's one. These are all just all over the ground out here. And I don't know if they're falling out of people's vehicles, where they're coming from. I just know that every time it rains, there is a astronomical amount of nails, nuts, and bolts. So please do your due diligence when you're pulling in and make sure that you're not running over this crap, because they obviously will not inspect the parking lot or run magnets over it or anything to protect you. And they also will not accept responsibility for it. So that's their safety tip for the weekend. I figured I'd better, this is the item number for Harbor Freight, and $27.99, and it's a one-sided deal. Where you just mount it with the two plates, and then you put a tire on it. So that's what it is. Spare tire carrier, item number 93341, Harbor Freight Haulmaster trailer spare tire carrier. Okie dokie. It's I came home and I just decided, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. This is what was the pad on that, I guess it's a yoke for lack of a better word, that the nose of the kayak was setting on. And that's what today's video is about, right there. So the two spare tires that I have for it, which are actually the stock tires for the trailer, are sitting there, and the kayak is resting on them. There's not a lot of weight on them, but there's enough weight that there's not a lot of pressure where there's a bed on the trailer, so where it drops off that it's not cracking the hull. I was getting concerned about that, and that dangling duct tape mess was frustrating the bejesus out of me. So this for right now is where we're at with it. I actually need to bring it up higher, and to do that I'm going to have to loosen all 4 bolts, and right now I've just got the brackets that would be used to connect it, just one of them, okay? And I probably need to get my grinder and grind the ears, the corners off of the mounts there, so that they actually fit inside the wheel. The indentions on the wheel, they're just kind of, I'm not digging it, but they're tight, and that's all that matters. They're not going to rattle off and go flying down the street and hit somebody. But what I do need to do is I do need to put probably a 1x1 piece of metal right there underneath those top bolts and let them rest on top of that, and that'll pull the height up enough that there's more pressure on the tires by the hull instead of being on you can see the poly there where it's laying on, and I'm okay with that for right now. I think the only thing really, and unless I showed it to you like I just did, you wouldn't know that the inside wasn't 100% fitting inside the wheels. And what I really was thinking I ought to do is get another set of those tires and put them on here as spares, because if I get one flat, I'm probably going to, common sense says to replace them both. So anyways, that's that. I saw somebody driving down the street with this set up. The way it was actually made, I actually found the crossbars, the factory crossbars that went on it. They're still in my garage. This thing's gone through a lot of iterations. The uprights right there I had welded on, and then the subframe, and then the ladder rack that's mounted upside down. It's not so much upside down, but backwards. It should be the other way. But anyways, that gives me height. It actually will fit on the trailer that way without modifications. So that's the way I did it. And all's well that ends well, you know what I mean? So I may even take this thing out and throw it in the water tomorrow. It's supposed to be rainy, but it was supposed to be rainy all day today, and it stopped raining. And there's no thunder or lightning, it was just rain. And I'm soaking wet now from sweat. What's the difference between soaking wet with sweat or soaking wet with rain? You know, it's all perception. And so yeah, I don't have it all reefed down super tight on there, but it is not going to come off the trailer, and it's not going to bounce around on the trailer. And let's see if I can. It's a beast. Now I do have that stinger I bought, and the reason I bought it was to extend it back here so that ass end set on it back here, and I could strap it down on it there, and maybe even put another set of lights up on it so it's a little bit more visible. I've been toying with either that or putting some lights up here on the upright. It's funny, if I point right there, I'm actually pointing on the camera, I'm actually pointing at that pipe. But if I'm looking over the camera, I'm actually pointing way over here in real life to get it to be pointing here. It's just a perception thing. So, and I really need to figure out how to get some wider fenders put on there, because that thing do love to throw some water when it's raining or the ground is wet in any manner, any amount. So anyways, I'm just rattling on. Harbor Freight, $27.99 each, and it's one side, and I took two of them and bolted them together across it and put the extra tires on it. So now it's a kayak rest / spare tire holder. It was actually a pretty good deal. So, and $27.99 per. The cheapest I'd seen the spare tire mounts before this was like $78, I think, at Northern Tool or Northern whatever it is. So, and I'd already decided if it didn't work, I made sure it was going to rest on there before I took the scrappy doo thing off of there. If it wasn't going to work, I was going to keep it and just mount them on the side over the top right there of the, you know, right over the other tire. But it did work, and all's well that ends smell. So I got to go in here and make sure everything is good to go. We're getting that tree trimmed tomorrow, and I bought some. I know it's early in the season, but this is my kind of my gig here. Batteries on the charger for the fish finder. I bought a couple pumpkin / squoosh, and I thought these were just, that is the most intense orange pumpkin I've seen like ever, or squash. And then and those are little stands that you set them on so that the pumpkin or squash doesn't rot from ground contact. So that's it. I appreciate you watching, and if you think about it, hit the like button, maybe subscribe. If you didn't like anything or anything that I do or anything about me, just hit the dislike button twice and put in for a rebate, and I will refund you everything you paid for it. All right, you have a good day. Peace out.